Welcome back, everybody, and like promised, we got some more Slayer action, this time MLG CTF. And probably wondering right off the start, why am I running sleight of hand instead of marathon? Couple reasons: playing on bless host, which doesn't really work out too well for me, and the extra aim time gives me a little bit more of a leeway to work with my shots and stuff. So normally I would be running marathon on any sort of CTF, but I moved over to Slayer and I need that extra kill advantage, so I am using sleight of hand. Right off the start, we got Mr. Young Defiant and Blessed, I believe, are going to be running OBJ objective on this, while I kind of control mid, try to cause havoc and just put down those people trying to get a hold of my objective players. And bad move on my part there. Should never be aiming at the ankles. It's not the most effective way to kill anybody, but you're not always going to see great choices made, and that's why I put up videos to live, learn, and come out on top with things to go about next time and change. So I love the FAMAS. Usually it's not my thing, but you know, it's a great gun to use. The ACR on a bad host just is not my thing at all. I cannot kill anybody with it. I get more assists than I do kills. So as you're going to see, they're going to cap a flag on us, and they set up beautifully, controlling the middle laneway, you know, making sure we're not getting to the right or to the left of their flag carrier, and really holding it down. You know, they took us by surprise and came into our zone, grabbed our flag, and ran middle with us in a poor setup, no setup at all. And you know, one thing, it's one thing to criticize yourself, one thing to criticize other people, and I just want to make it clear that it's not always a good thing to do. You know, you want to be respectful of all the players in the game, and that's what I try to do best, is be a respectful player as well as a respectful commentator. So when I criticize myself or my teammates, you know, it's all in hopes that, you know, we can move on and kind of learn from what it is and improve on it for next time. My team's always improving because, you know, we're always playing with new people, so you always have to switch things up. So back to the gameplay part of things. Stop preaching Hail Mary. But once I seen that, you know, my objective players were having a bit of trouble, I decided, you know, I better move up and I better help with the spawns and secure a little bit more of the action elements and kind of create the pathways that my objective player needs to get. So you're going to see my flag carrier run through middle. I'm going to stun B side because that's where they're going to be spawning. One guy gets a nasty turned on there. Not something you ever want to have happen to you. And, you know, continuously calling out where my team is going as far as where the other team is in relation. Always giving those call-outs for my team, and we get the flag here to tie it up. Nice stuns by their team and horrible nade by myself. It's just, you know, bad stun, bad nade chuck. Kind of embarrassing sometimes showing my gameplay, but it's all good because I never say I'm perfect, and I never say I'm the best player out there, but I definitely try to offer some helpful tips and advice for everybody. Now right here, you're going to see kind of a 50-50 bad air move, and I kind of kept my cursor on it because I knew I was going to get blown up by a grenade, but I was hoping he would pop his head up before the nade actually got to me, so at least, you know, I could have went 1 for 1. But, you know, deaths are not always a bad thing. Always make sure you're pressing that start button, calling out the enemy, making sure that your team knows exactly where they're going. Also, keep in mind that that is a delay. You know, watch where they're moving towards and call out where they're moving towards, not where they are, okay? Because there is like a 1.5 second, 2 second delay on that kill cam positioning of the enemy. So, I know he's running water side. I know the second guy spawned there, and couldn't really pick him off outside of that head glitch with my Raffica, but I did my best. Called out middle guy on middle tank spawn, headed towards our spawn middle, and we've also got Blessed and everybody spawning down dirt road, which is a nice setup. I love controlling dirt road and left side. I call out to Blessed since he's already on flag that you got company headed towards you, making sure that he gets that kill, and just bad move on my part. Sprinting through the mid there is not really a good thing to do. Omega, this is his first scrim with us. He's doing a good job kind of playing support objective. It's not usually his thing to do. Like I said before, he is a TDM only player, but everybody needs to make that transition. If we all kind of stopped playing overrides and made MLG variant the main kind of ladder play on the ladder, it would make things a lot better. let me tell you, we'd have more competition, more teams, and I think a better overall game battles experience. So let's move to second half, halftime 1-1, pretty close game. And I'm going to play it a little more aggressive this time and kind of help my guys out. And it's really weird kind of playing a Slayer type when I'm always used to running for that flag, because I feel like the game just moves so much slower. And I kind of mentioned that in the game while we were talking with these guys, and I kind of pointed out, I'm like, why aren't you guys, getting up there at least, grabbing that flag, calling out and stuff, making the plays, making the call-outs. You guys need to be doing that. And they're like, oh, well, we were kind of waiting for, you to kind of call out. And it just doesn't work that way. If you're playing the objective, you got to kind of call out to your team where you want them to go, whatever route you want to run back. You got to make sure your team's on the same level, because there's a few different routes that are popular in this one. There's the straight waterway, which I don't really like, because anytime you're all on waterway, the other team's going to have a really easy go at your flag because they're going to spawn gravel. And I personally hate when we let the enemy spawn gravel, so I make it perfectly clear that we're to stay for the majority of it off of water side. Now right here you're going to see an interesting kind of play choice by myself. We got to call out for waterway, and I know he's over there. I'm just kind of waiting for him. I don't want him up on top American, so I am going to wait. And I do see him. I know he sees me, so I'm going to move out of the way because everybody blows up that red car. And my nade, luckily, I don't know, luckily, but it gets him before he gets me, making sure that he's not on American. You never, ever want somebody in your spawn on top American there, or in embassy, left side, middle windows, or anything on the archways. It's a deadly place to have somebody. Getting somebody out of that position is very difficult, and it slows down your ability to control the gameplay and the flow and the map control. It's one of the most detrimental things you can do for CTF on this game. So keep that in mind. There's also some really good counters if somebody does get up there, and maybe I can put out a different type of video later, but we're just talking about gameplay right now. So moving back, two guys here. I chose not to shoot at the second one because I'd rather not give away my position in case somebody's in cut through. I didn't want them poking out and just shoot me. So I'm waiting for my guys to respawn. We had 3 down. I was the only one alive. I didn't want to play it stupidly and have all 4 down because, now you're stuck in a much bigger predicament. The spawn trap could happen. You could get relayed on or trained on. You never want that. And it's just playing smart is what you need to do as a team. Omega grabbing the flag, going back. I think he's going to try and go gravel side. He does get cut, and I don't know why I shot the railing, but like I said, not everything's perfect, and a lot of people lately seem to want to point out all my imperfections when, I already realized that, but thanks. Good shot on my part there, getting him out of the head glitch right away, and final stand? Really? Come on. These guys should know. These guys are an MLG variant team. I think he just forgot to turn it off or something. Maybe chose the wrong class. So we didn't call him on it, and it just leaves things better if you don't just make a stir, especially since if it's just a scrim and you're just trying to build strats with your new teammates and stuff like that. So they did grab her flag, and some people like to argue the fact that you should never grab the flag unless your team's set up, but Young Def did a good maneuver because he pulled the flag as soon as they pulled our flag, creating the delay and the kind of questions on the team, like, am I going to go after our flag, or am I going to help our flag carrier get their flag back? So it kind of splits the team. You kind of slow down their action and their response times, and it builds your team a little bit more time. Like I said, American, you never want somebody up there. So, as soon as I seen the guy go waterway, I made sure I got up on American to secure our second flag cap there in this round for a 3-2 kind of lead. 36 seconds left. We're not going to do anything spectacular. Just going to hold it down. We're going to, maybe pull for another flag cap, but we're definitely not going to play it too overzealous and try and get goofed on or anything like that. Young Defiance, I don't know how he made it by there without that guy shooting him. He was probably trying to shoot him and hit the jump over the thing by accident, but 4-2 with 10 seconds left. It was a pretty good game. I enjoy playing with new teammate Young Defiance, and hopefully Omega continues to start scrimming with us and he builds his team towards the MLG variant type. Thanks for checking out the video. Holiday Doc out.